Why did the US hand over the Panama Canal for free? The Panama Canal stands as one of history's greatest engineering achievements, connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Its construction marked a major shift in global trade, significantly reducing travel time for some nations while undermining the economies of others. Completed by the United States in 1914, the lands surrounding the canal remained under US sovereignty until 1999. This was due to a 1977 treaty signed by President Jimmy Carter, which agreed to return the canal to Panama, seemingly in exchange for nothing. But given the strategic importance of the canal, especially during the Cold War, why would the United States relinquish control of such a vital asset for free? Since the Europeans first explored the Americas, the idea of a canal cutting through Central America captivated their imaginations. However, digging a canal through rugged terrain proved immensely difficult. Despite the challenges, the French attempted the feat in the late 19th century, buoyed by their success with the much longer Suez Canal. Unfortunately, Central America's unforgiving environment, marked by disease and harsh terrain, quickly caused the project to spiral out of control, forcing the French to abandon their efforts. Then, Theodore Roosevelt and the United States stepped in. Eager to expand American influence, Roosevelt's administration attempted to negotiate a deal with Colombia, which controlled Panama at the time. When Colombia rejected the offer, the US turned to a different approach. Panama had rebels seeking independence, and the US supported their efforts on the condition that the new government grant America control over the canal and surrounding lands. With US support ensuring their independence, Panama agreed. In 1914, the canal was completed, and for decades, it served as a critical US asset. During World War II, it enabled American ships to move swiftly between oceans, and in the Cold War, it allowed the US to block communist vessels. Beyond its military importance, the canal was also a lucrative source of revenue from transit fees. Despite its significance, President Jimmy Carter signed a treaty in 1977, agreeing to transfer control of the canal back to Panama by 1999. Why? Several key reasons explain this decision. American control of the canal zone, including its military presence there, was widely seen as imperialistic by many Central and South American nations. Returning the canal signaled the United States' intent to act as a good neighbor, improving relationships across the region. Additionally, the global perception that major waterways, like the Suez Canal, should remain neutral further influenced Carter's decision. Returning the canal also helped to dissuade Latin American nations from aligning with the USSR during the Cold War. The treaty stipulated that the Panama Canal would become neutral, allowing access to all nations, including communist ones. Carter saw this as a strategic move to prevent the USSR from funding an alternative canal, potentially in southern Panama or Nicaragua. By agreeing to the handover, the US made constructing another canal financially unviable, while continuing to benefit from transit fees until the handover was complete. While the canal had historically been vital to US naval strategy, advancements in military technology, including nuclear weapons and ballistic missiles, had reduced its strategic value. By the 1970s, the cost of maintaining control over the canal outweighed its benefits to the US military. Despite opposition from some Americans, the treaty-bound process to return the canal to Panama proceeded. By 1999, the transition was complete, and Panama gained full control. Politically divided for much of the 20th century, Panama became unified once more, geographically and administratively. In hindsight, the decision reflected broader shifts in American foreign policy, balancing pragmatism with diplomacy. I have personally sailed through the canal from Atlantic to Pacific and have marveled at the engineering excellence it has in spades. Truly one of the modern wonders of the world. Please like, subscribe and comment, as this helps our channel improve and become even more interesting